Welcome our market master for the morning, Vibhav Kapoor of ILNFS. Morning Vibhav, thank you very much for joining us. Well, the first question really is about this consecutive 5-day selling that we saw in the markets. Do you think there is more weakness that the market has to live with and has to discount?
Well, this is the beginning of the earnings season, and the earnings season I think is going to turn out to be even more difficult than what we had anticipated it to be. The early results, which are normally good, have not been so good this time, and we had been contemplating that the market would be range bound now for several weeks and several months to come, and the levels we were looking was 8,000 to 9,000. So the market has been trading in that range, and we saw it move up sharply to 88, then come down, but it's been within that range. However, having said that, given the fact that earnings are going to be more, are maybe going to be worse than what the market expected, and here I'd like to make a point. I think analysts have been too positive, and downgrades have not happened in time. So the earnings estimates are still higher than what they are probably going to be, even for this quarter as well as for the next 2 quarters. So you'll see some more downgrades happening, and that will keep pressure on the markets. So now we believe that, at some point of time this 8,000 level could also get broken, and the markets could go into a lower range of say 7,600 to 8,600.
Okay, 7,600 to 8,600 is what you said could be the range in the near term?
Yes.
Okay. Vibhav, hi, morning.
In the next couple of months, yeah.
Sure. The IT stocks have been the front runners in terms of the disappointment this time around, whether it's Wipro, HCL Tech. Infosys as well tomorrow is expected to be weak, on Friday rather. How do you deal with this weakness? Do you use every dip as an opportunity to increase your exposure in the IT stocks, or does it move to the back burner now in your portfolio?
See, there are 2 or 3 things happening. One is, of course, the cross-currency problem, and I think that's the rupee. The strength of the rupee itself is a big problem, not only for the IT sector, but I think for the economy as a whole. And this is a dichotomy. If the rupee depreciates, inflation goes up, then interest rates don't come down. But if the rupee does not depreciate, and it's been very strong against almost all currencies, you are having this export problem. Exports are declining, and that keeps the economy from growing too fast. So I think at some stage, and I don't know when that will happen, but at some stage the rupee has to depreciate from here in order for the economy to be competitive. And we've seen that as per the Reserve Bank index, the rupee is overvalued by a pretty huge amount at this point of time. So over the medium term, when the rupee does depreciate, the IT sector will again, or the IT profitability will start to improve. But for the time being, I think things are difficult. The other thing happening in the IT industry, somewhere below the surface, this whole change in technology, digitization and cloud computing is going to have a very revolutionary impact on the industry over the next 2-3 years, and it's going to be a big challenge for the Indian software sector to cope with that. Therefore, I think at this point of time, one should be light on IT. But if you see the rupee depreciating at some point of time, then maybe one can get back into it in a bigger way.
Okay. Vibhav, you spoke about analysts being slow to downgrade earnings, and that earnings will be less palatable than the market has been prepared for. Where exactly are you expecting the disappointments? Which sectors or stocks?
Almost everywhere, and we've seen that IT sector, very particularly we've seen that happening. To some extent, even pharma could be one sector where you could see downgrade, because that's another sector which is going to get impacted by the rupee strength, and pharma stocks have really gone up a lot. The cyclicals also, private sector banks, probably in terms of the valuations they were at, you could see some disappointments happening, and you could see, of course, disappointments in public sector banks continuing, as well as in the rest of the cyclicals. So I think it's going to be almost all across.
Private sector banks, the disappointment will be more because of the valuation issue, or do you think their results, their NPLs will also show that they have not been spared the economic downturn?
Largely it is because of the valuation issue, but we did see last quarter in case of ICICI, for example, there were some concerns which emerged on the asset quality issue. So we really need to watch out for that also.
Vibhav, for the market as a whole, are we still in a structural bull market, you think? Or is that theory now getting challenged because of, weak earnings, no recovery in the capex cycle, and now adversarial rulings as far as the tax situation is concerned?
See, the structural bull markets, they continue while they continue, so it's at times very difficult to say whether you are in one or you are getting out of one. But I would presume we are still in the structural bull market, given the macroeconomics, and also the fact that there is a huge amount of liquidity globally, and all the positive macroeconomic factors we've talked about several times. So keeping that in view, I would say yes, we are in a structural bull market, but within that, I think you are in for a pretty fairly long and a pretty deep correction, and that correction has been ongoing now. And as I said earlier, we were expecting this to happen now, but now we are lowering our range a little bit further.
All right, Vibhav, that's a welcome reality check, even if it's a bitter pill to swallow at this point in time. We've already come out about 9% lower from recent highs, but you say that you're seeing even more. Thanks for that. Thanks for your perspective this morning.